Chair, this one is what is pending because the Act is, the Section 20 is very clear that each facility should retain all the monies that they collect and to be approved for operations for the improvement of the activities.
Governor, you may want to make a comment on that because the first two issues have been addressed. There is now the issue of compliance with Section 20 of the FIF Act.
Well, thank you, Chair. I'll hand over to my CEC Finance.
Proceed. And for answered purposes, just restate your name and your designation.
Stephen Jogo, CEC in charge of Finance and Economic Planning, Nakuru County. Since March of 2025, we are in compliance. We opened the FIF Nakuru County FIF Revenue Collection Account, and at the same time we opened Nakuru County FIF Special Purpose Account at the CBK.
So you have complied
Yes.
from March 2025?
Yes.
Auditor General, from March 2025, no, that's outside your current scope of audit.
Chair, it was during the time they were closing the financial year, but I think being that they have opened it at Central Bank, we'll include it in our books in the
So you can keep that in view and advise us on whether they've complied with the Act.
Thank you, Chair.
Honourable members, we can come back to payables. I know there's an issue on receivables, but there's also an issue on payables. Let's start with payables, because those receivables will still remain as a debt in the books. They'll, unless there was an issue about the write-off. So, Auditor General, tell us what you established on trade and other payables balance.
Thank you, Chair. This is number 5 under our financial statements. The statement of financial position reflects trade and other payable balance of 6,486,882,856 and a comparative balance of 1,478,761,394, which reflect an increase of 5,007,325,462 for the year under review as disclosed in Note 32 to the financial statement. However, review of the supporting schedule reflect balance of 5,843,012,076, resulting to an explained and unreconciled variance of 643,070,092. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of trade and other payables balance of 6,486,082,856 could not be confirmed. Thank you, Chair.
I believe there's another finding on trade payables. Is it coming under lawfulness?
Yes, Chair, it's coming under lawfulness.
Long-standing payables.
Yes, it's number 1 under lawfulness.
Can you just read it so that we deal with this issue of trade payables jointly? And members, you can also look at Note 32, which we usually analyze the aging analysis of the debt, so that we deal with this issue of pending bills collectively.
Thank you, Chair. Number 1 under lawfulness is long outstanding trade and other payables. The statement of financial positions reflect trade and other payable balance of 6,486,082,856 as disclosed in Note 32 to the financial statement. However, review of age analysis revealed that there was a balance of 1,478,761,394, or 23% of total payables have been outstanding for more than 1 year. This was contrary to Section 53, subsection 8 of the Public Procurement and Assets Disposal Act 2015, which states that an accounting officer shall not commence any procurement proceedings until satisfied that the sufficient funds to meet the obligation of the resulting contract are reflected in the approved budget estimate. Further, failure to clear trade payables in the year to which they relate distort the budget of the following year as they constitute to a first charge on the budget. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law and the county executive runs the risk of incurring significant and unqualified costs on interest and penalties associated with delays in settling the invoiced bill. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Governor, we have handled two queries, but they relate to the same matter, trade payables. So maybe you first deal with the issue of the 5 billion growth in trade payables in 1 year, and then you go to the other matter of trade payables worth 1.478 billion that have been outstanding for more than 1 year.
Thank you, Chair. To the members and everyone, it's page 309, the first one. 309. Honorable Chair, the variance amounting to 643,070,092 relating to grants and transfers to other entities was not reflected in the trade payables schedule, but it was appropriately recognized and disclosed in the statement of financial position. The management has taken the following steps. 1, the trade payables schedule figure of 5,843,012,764 has been adjusted to incorporate the variance of 643,070,092. Hence, reconciling with the statement of financial position figure of 486,802,856 as per the schedule provided. Appendix 5.1 has the reconciliation statement. In addition, management has undertaken several capacity building workshops for accountants to strengthen technical competencies, particularly in the application of IPSAS 33 and other relevant accounting standards. Appendix 5.2 has the IPSAS training. I go straight through to the next.
Maybe we can ask questions on this, then we go to the other one of the aged debt. Auditor General, does that response address your concern?
Thank you, Chair. The response was addressed because most of the variance that we were querying were the payables, the money that was to be transferred to various fund accounts, which has since been provided. Thank you, Chair.
Now, so that deals with 643 million.
Yes, Chair, they have reconciled.
But the bigger question, Governor, is how you close a year with a debt of 5 billion under 1 year. What were the circumstances? Because the prior year, the opening balance was 0. And this year, 5 billion was debt less than 1 year. The prior year opening statement balance was 1.4 billion, and then you close the year at 6.4 billion, which indicates that your pending bills, what we usually call pending bills, has grown by 5 billion. That's what percentage growth is that? From 1.4 to 6.4. That's almost a 4 times growth. What were the circumstances, and what is the plan to settle that 5 billion debt, and what has been achieved so far?
Oh, thank you, Chair. I'll turn it over to the CEC Finance.
CC?
Thank you, Chair. During the close of last financial year, there was a change in financial reporting, where the Controller of Budget required us to report anything that was not covered or paid by close of day on 30th June. And most of these were even monies that we had already requisitioned and we are waiting for the Controller of Budget to approve. But most of it has been paid. As we are talking now, the bill is around 2.1 billion as of close of May this year.